wanted to ask you guys as well, what do you make of the Eze situation, and how important is it that Arsenal get that at least one more attacking player in this summer?
Okay, I'll start to answer this. I think it's a very important question. Look, the results of preseason games do not matter. I have been, and Terry will tell you this, I've been saying this for the last 4 years consistently. Don't care who wins, who loses. I just like to watch preseason just to understand like how teams play, if there are any changes, if there's something interesting. Like as an example, we saw the link-up play between Ekitike and Mo, as an example, with Wirtz trying to create those triangles. So that's way more important than the result of the game against Bilbao. No one cares. Here's the problem from an Arsenal perspective, and I think intelligent, smart Arsenal fans will tell you this themselves without lying. See, I'm not even shouting, I'm not even trying to banter, I'm not laughing, nothing. Arsenal still have an issue of breaking down low blocks. All Thomas Frank did in that game was, after they scored the goal, that's it. Terrorist football, 10 men behind the ball, whoever is a striker at halfway line, and they just could not break down that Spurs low block. And that is the problem that Arsenal have right now, which is why I think signing Eze is very important, because he gives them playmaking and creativity down the left-hand side. Actually, Arsenal fans have been saying, and I agree with this from the game that I saw against Spurs, bro, Reece Nelson actually looks better than Trossard and Martinelli down the left-hand side. That's how crazy this. Like in preseason, like legitimately, Reece Nelson actually looks better than both of them. So I think Arsenal badly need Eze. And I think this notion that Eze is just going to play in the 10, I don't believe. I think they need a left winger. 100% they need a left winger. I think it's very important for them. I think them like needing a left winger specifically for playmaking, because you can't sign a player like Gyökeres and just rely on Saka. And this is why I rate Saka very highly. Everything just still goes through Saka, and you could tell the Arsenal players are relying on him 100%. I think they need someone like a bit better than that. I think Arsenal need Eze or Rodrigo, but probably from a creative perspective, it's a bit better for them if they sign Eze, because you sign the goal-scoring machine in Gyökeres. Guess what? You have to feed the beast. You can't grow your muscles by eating, you get me, like lettuce and cabbage. You grow your muscles by eating protein. You have to feed the beast up front. And feeding the beast happens with the likes of Eze, Saka, etc., all creating chances for him. So for me, I think Eze is someone who could score goals for Arsenal. I think he's someone who could create chances for Arsenal. I think he's someone who could help take Arsenal to that next level from a creative perspective. I think that's very important. I think it's very important for them. So that's the thing for me. So I think it's very important that Eze signs for Arsenal. Once again, the result of the game doesn't matter. I'm just talking about them breaking down a low block. I think that they still suffer a little bit, which is why they need Eze. I think Eze is an incredible signing. I really like Eze. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he got 16 GA last season in the league playing for Crystal Palace.
But you aren't taking Arsenal serious after all of this, even if they sign Eze and you get Isak.
Yeah, but if we sign Isak,
but you're not exactly. Here's the point. But
like,
you
if we sign Isak, that's a nuclear bomb.
I know it in your voice. Like I know, bro, I've been working with you. I've been working with you for 4 years.
Why do you do
all of this gaslighting Arsenal fans? You get Eze. He's gonna be great. Left winger, creative problem, feed the beast. All these buzzwords, like Arsenal. But I know exactly what he's thinking, bro. Been working with this guy for years. This guy's sitting there telling them this, that. And then deep down, they sign Isak. He's like telling them, you know what? Fuck off. We are winning the league. You got like 5% chance, 10% chance max. If we have a lot of injuries. And he's going to tell you, even if we have injuries, well, this is why we improved with Wirtz. We have McAllister still that can create. Isak, Ekitike, Gakpo. We'll sign another forward as well. We have Salah. The only problem is going to be the defense.
Yeah, you're discussing why Liverpool are really good.
Hossam knows that Liverpool are not going into the season without signing a center back plus Ethan. He knows. I know. You know. Everyone knows. For Arsenal, I think, like to be honest with you, I actually believe that the Eze deal is way more important than a winger now because of Odegaard. If Arsenal go next season and the season starts and the first 5 games, Odegaard is not performing, they have no creative outlet without Eze. Eze has to come in now. And Eze is more important than the left winger. Because now, if they don't sign Eze, their midfield is not creative, their left winger is not creative. I have seen Max Doman have 4 players on him in the last game because everyone knows that the midfield is not creating and the left winger is not creating. Eze is so crucial. And if Arsenal bottle this Eze deal after publicly everyone is saying that Eze wants Arsenal, bro, I think people really need to turn on the board and the cronkies, to be honest. Because Arteta said he likes Eze. Everyone knows that Arsenal needs Eze. But I'm actually now, to be honest with you, Terry, seeing 50% of the Arsenal fans are not confident that their team will win the league at all. I've seen people sit on shows and say, yeah, it's just vibes. We might win the league. Of course, there are the Egals of this world that still try to find all the problems at Liverpool, but they never find the problems at Arsenal. They have confidence, or that they make what makes them sleep well at night. Van Dijk is old. Salah will go to AFCON. Isak might not gel. Wirtz might not play well. Every single problem on earth is found at Liverpool, but no one talks about the problems at Arsenal, for example. I think Arsenal have a good chance. I'm not ruling them out. I don't think they did enough in this window. I still think they need Eze and probably a left winger. And I think that attachment to the likes of Martinelli is stupid. Let Martinelli go. Try to put him on the market, even if you get some money for him. Try to buy a left winger. Rodrigo's fucking out there. Liverpool are not going for Rodrigo. I know that he hasn't asked to leave yet, but we know that Xabi Alonso is not having him on his plans. Go and try to convince him to join your club. I don't know why Arsenal are not doing this.
So you criticized me, and then you said the same thing, basically.
Because the difference to me, you gaslit them. Feed the beast.
Yes, I'm not gaslighting. Okay, do Arsenal need Eze? Yes or no?
100%.
Okay, so when Terry first started this section, he said, "What do you guys think of Eze to Arsenal?" That was Terry's question.
Do you think Eze?
Ask me, who do you think is going to win the league?
Do you think Eze makes a difference in their chances of winning the league?
Yes, he makes a difference, of course.
Like what how much different?
With Isak or without?
With Isak, you're assuming. Oh, fuck! You guys slaughtered me about Isak not joining. Okay, so we're assuming that Isak is going to join Liverpool with Isak.
Listen, if Isak joins Liverpool, I think Eze joining Arsenal increases their chances of winning by 5%.
What?
What, bro? I'm not even being disingenuous. Why do you always do this? I think without Isak, without Isak, the chances are 40% Liverpool, 30% Arsenal, 20% City, 10% Chelsea. That's my order without Isak. With Isak, I think that pushes us all the way up to 70-80%.
That's the whole point.
Because he's such a nuclear weapon for us to have.
Yeah, that's. I believe that you say that. I don't think
you watched the game against Bilbao, right?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine everything that you just watched plus Isak.
Yeah, it's deadly, but you still have some defensive problems without Van Dijk.
Yeah, no problem. We can win every game.
Without Van Dijk, your defense is so suspect. So suspect.
We can win every game 5-4 with that forward line.
Yeah, that doesn't work like this, and you know it. It doesn't work like this.
That's why we're going to sign a centre back. We are.
I am waiting to see Arsenal play today to see how fluid they are, to be honest with you. And by the way, we reached the point, guys.
Because Harry asks me, what do you think of Eze to Arsenal?
Guys, to be honest with you,
and I read such good analysis. And then you turned it into me gaslighting Arsenal. I didn't gaslight Arsenal at all.
I reach a point where I'm sometimes watching YouTube titles and YouTube content creators, and they're saying, save us, Madueke. If Arsenal reach the point of Madueke to save their left side, I think this is a low point for Arsenal. Do I say that Madueke is going to be a failure? Probably not. But if you're betting on Madueke to save your season on that left side, while Liverpool are banking on signing Isak and Wirtz, bro, see the difference in levels in the names I'm saying? There's difference here. Liverpool signed a 90 million forward to be bench, and they're now going for the 130 million or the 140 million to be the starter. I know that no fan in the world wants to be hopeless. No fan in the world wants to be hopeless. Arsenal are not hopeless, but they still haven't done enough in the window. There is 8 days left until they play the first game against Man United. Is anyone here guarantee that Arsenal... the game is at Old Trafford, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
Does anybody guarantee... Okay, Man United signed 3 forward. I want Terry Flowers, a Man United fan, to give me a percentage to see how much currently, because Eze is not here, there's 8 days left. That saga can take until the end of the window. Without Eze, what's the percentage of Arsenal winning at Old Trafford in the opening game of the season?
35%.
It's that 35. I thought you were going to say like 60. Wallah,
but we have to be fair. We have to be fair, right? So some gooners won't like it, but let's look at it, right? They rarely beat us at Old Trafford. If you look at the last, even in where we've been bad and they've been in title races, most of the games at Old Trafford have been United wins or draws. So for me, they can't have a 70% chance of winning at a ground and in a fixture that they rarely win at. Opening day of the season, you know the crowd's going to be up. Like no matter what's gone on, it's going to be there. I would go. It's really an even game because we've not been very good. I would go 35, 35, 30. So 35% on each team winning. It's really close because the results, and then 30% on it being a draw. I think it's really evenly split between those things. I don't think either team is like an outright clear. You might go 40% Arsenal, 30% United, 30% a draw as an example. You might go the other way where you say 40% United because we're at home. But I don't think either team is like 60, 70, 80%. I don't think it's that kind of game. And just, again, I don't know the last. I can't remember the last time they beat us at Old Trafford when it was meaningful, in the sense of they might have got a win back end of the season when there weren't much to play for. But even last year, I think the last 3 seasons, even in the title races, we've beaten them twice in the last 3 years, I think. Or yeah. Hang on,
Sam, what do you think for real? Ozam, what do you think for real? For real. Arsenal versus Man United opening day.
I've said this without any transfer news. I think Man United are going to get something against Arsenal first game.
Like, if the problem if that happens,
what are you trying to do here?
If that happens, guys, like I can imagine the meltdown, like, because people still view Man United as the 15th teams in the league, by the way. And if Arsenal want to win the league, they have to win against Man United.
I'm a little bit off key actually. So in the last 4 seasons, they've beaten us once, drawn with us, and lost twice. So again, I'm not. So I don't think splitting it. People go, you're sitting on the fence, Terry. In the last 4 years, and I'm using them because in those 4 years, Arsenal were better than Man United were. They've got a win, a draw, and 2 defeats. I don't. Again, if I'm a betting man here, I'm a United fan. I'm not going to sit here and give it the big and go, we're going to smash them. I'd love to, but again, away at their ground, I'd go 80% they're in favour. They literally in the last 5, 6, 7 years, they've consistently beat us there. But typically speaking, 3 of our last 4 games at home, we've got a result against them. I don't think we can ignore that personally.
No, I hear you. I think Arsenal need to do more.
The funniest thing ever if Man United win 1-0 and Sesko scores.
And Eucharist doesn't score. I don't think Sesko's going to start though, but he's going to come off the bench though.
Yeah, so if Sesko comes on against United and score, I guess Arsenal score 1-0.
I think that for the Eze thing, I think the Community Shield game will tell us a lot about Eze if he plays for Crystal Palace. I think he might there is a talk of him staying. No, I'm talking about Eze playing against Liverpool. If he plays, might stay. If he doesn't play, that tells me that he's going Arsenal. But the problem is
stay. Who will Arsenal sign left wing? Because Rodrigo's staying according to Fabrizio.
Well, this is he's what Fabrizio has said is what the player has said, that he wants to stay, but it's whether or not Real Madrid allow that. Where I've read a few Arsenal posts last night that sort of said left wing is the next area they'll focus on, but Eze is also the key target. Where there still seems to be some contrast in Arsenal reports is between Eze being a 10 or Eze being a left winger. And I think that's where if they sign Eze, I think they're done. I think Eze might just be their last signing. I'm not sure. Again, I was pretty sure it was going to be a 10 because 2 or 3 journalists I trust said that. Then I'm reading it could actually be a left winger that he comes in for. So we'll see. Let's jump on to these super chats here. This first one just come in and says, why is it such a topic? Liverpool are favourites. What Arsenal fans you want to see gassing up winning? Paul are favourites. So why shouldn't Hussam say they will win it? Liverpool winning 3-1 on the opening day is what
Arsenal winning.
Arsenal 3-1. Said that there. Yeah, that's a decent prediction. Newcastle about